What up? What up? Whoop, whoop. Okay. Uh, these are the last heavy-ish squats on this part of the block before we go into a deload, which is super exciting. Super, super, super exciting. I'm ready for the deload. Ready, ready, ready. Um, SSB Pause. Excited. 160 pounds. Should not have a problem with these. But I will say motivation is really, really, really low today. As in, like, I almost decided I was like, I would just come to the gym tomorrow before I have to do my shift. And then I thought about it. I was like, do I really want to be at the gym for fucking 12 hours? And the answer is no. I love the gym, enjoy the gym, but I don't want to be here for 12 fucking hours. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get this in. It's late. It's like almost 2 o'clock, which is way later than I usually would prefer to train. But my philosophy remains a philosophy that I hope anyone who starts a fitness journey would be, which is do what you can when you can. So that's why we're here. And we're going to see how this works and how much fun we have or don't have. Um, I already warmed up with just the bar, so now we're warming up. This is 135 pounds, which would be the equivalent of a regular barbell and 245s, but it feels different with the SSB. Also, because this bar, as I have mentioned and shall mention again, weighs 65 pounds. It doesn't feel that heavy when you have it on your back, but it's definitely worth remembering when you're doing your thing. All right, so today's working weight is 160 pounds, so 135. Well, after this, we'll go up to 155, and then we'll get busy. That felt okay. Easy enough. So we'll go ahead and put the weight on. We're gonna put the big girls on. These are 35s. 35s get a lot of hate in the lifting world because I don't know, they just do, which I find a little strange because I mean, weight is weight. Put what you can on the bar. So we're gonna go up to these. And we'll be at 155. And just do two, and then go to the working set. Another thing that's made it important for me to get this shit done today instead of tomorrow. It's gonna be really fucking hot again tomorrow. There was a false fall where the temperatures were in the 60s in the morning, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's time for the Texas fall," which is not much of a fall. That was obviously not the case because it's once again hot as fuck. But also, one of the stupidest things, I saw people wearing sweaters and coats. Come on, man. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a proper 2-3 minutes of rest, and then I'll hit these next two. And I'm probably not gonna record or mic up for the first set, but we'll only mic up for the max out, the rep out. I forgot to mic up during this top set of squats, which are the rep out squats. 160 pounds, target is 10, and lo and behold, I managed to hit the target. I was very, very fatigued by this point. I mean, really tired. Things did not move as well as I would have liked, which you will hear me speak about very quickly in a little bit of a excerpt that I recorded after this. You'll just notice that when I get to like, maybe it's like the 6th or 7th rep, I'm just gassed. My back is weak, my hips are shooting up, and I'm not really staying as tight with my thoracic as I would like. I try to cue myself again and again, chest up, and sometimes it works. Today, unfortunately, it did not work as well as I would have liked. I finished. I'm happy with that. I wanted to get a couple more reps in at this weight, hoping to kind of best myself. I don't know what the most is I've ever done at this weight with this template.
It may be around here, maybe it was 12, but those were with back squats, not SSB pause with elevated heels. So we take our wins when we can find them, and the win is just that, I didn't have to peter out and say only do 6 reps, which has happened before. But otherwise, you can see from my face, and you'll hear in a minute, not exactly the way I wanted this to go, but we do what we can.
So, squats. I got through. I was able to get 11 reps, even though the rep out target was 10. And you know me, greedy. I wanted more. I wanted 12. I didn't get 12. I looked at the video and it didn't look hard, but once I got to like the 6th or the 7th rep, it felt like shit. And I was like, damn, what's going on? I don't know, just tired. And sometimes it just be like that. If you train for any amount of time and you expect every week to be fantastic, you're going to be really disappointed. And I know I said this in my last video that I'm just like going to give myself credit for showing up, but I am, because didn't have to. That's the secret. I know I don't look like I go to the gym, and people will look at me and say that like, you don't look very skinny. You don't look like you work out. Like, yeah, I know I don't, but I'm here doing the work, putting in the reps, sweating my ass off, and showing up. That's all it is. Just like, how consistent are you? How badly do you want that feeling of those endorphins, or that UPR? And also, it's just like a time for me to do my own shit and get my head in my own place. Anyway, so now we've got pause bench. I don't even know for how much. Bench has been feeling okay, so we'll see how this goes. I may have just jinxed it. Hopefully not. I'm not gonna mic up for any of bench just because, no. But I will come back and report.
And here we have the rep out of bench. 115 pounds, rep out target was 8, and that's how many I got. I was just trying to get smooth reps, not too worried about much more than that. They felt pretty good. I did the 2 sets of 6 before that, and I'd kind of hoped that I was going to be able to get a little bit more than 8, but when you'll see the 8th rep here, it was a little bit of a struggle, and I just didn't feel like there was anything more there. But I'm happy with the bar path. They're not wonky. I feel like the pretty strong coming off the chest, so that's good. And this was my final rep out of OHP. Target 8, and I surprised myself and hit 10. And then I threw in a couple of push press reps at the end, not for any particular reason. I'm not quite sure why. I could have stopped at 10, but I just cranked out 2 more with a push press because I knew I wasn't going to be able to hit them strict. It's still a little challenging to hit these after you do bench, but there's no other way to really order them. Like, I could do them before squats, but I don't want to do that either. Squats are the most taxing, so I like to get those done first and then focus on the pressing. There we go. Look at that. Beep, beep. Yay. Got it done. I screamed a little bit, exaggerating, dramatic. These are just some rows that I wanted to show that I did and really enjoyed. I used those attachments there, and I kind of, you can see, kind of have like an underhand grip. And when I got that stretch at the end of each rep, man, that felt really amazing on my lats. So I'm definitely going to have to do these again. And you'll notice that I put bumper plates underneath my feet to get even more distance between myself and the legs, and try to also continue to accentuate that stretch. I'm not sure, I think the school of thought with a lot of people is that it's the peak contraction that you get a lot of that gain from. But I feel like the literature is supporting the idea that the stretch is where it's at. Plus, it just feels good. Just do it because it feels good. Plus, you can always change it up. Do work with the contraction and then do work with the stretch. That's the fun thing about training. You can mix it up, see what works for you, see what feels good. And that, my friends, is the end of that. Thank you for watching.